Diecast Salvage. We're in 2023. We survived 2022, 2021 and 2020 with all the COVID rubbish. We're still here and we're still going strong. Okay, on our bench today, or on the turntable today, is a Tomica Dandy. It says Caravan. In Australia, we know it as a Nissan Urvan. So, while we're here, I'd like to say thank you to the people watching, whether you've been with us for a little while, you're a newcomer, first timer, you're all welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy this little video. Hopefully it's a video. It may be a long video, it may be a short video, I don't know. In any case, we'll take it into the workshop, onto my workbench, and we'll have a closer look at it. So, come along to the journey, and we'll see you shortly. So we're inside our workshop and at my workbench. And as we can see here, it's a Tomica Dandy. It says Caravan down the bottom. It's a 143 scale. The rear door is supposed to be opening, but we've got broken hinges and the glass is missing. The sliding door works in a fashion, so we'll have to see if we can't get that to work properly. It is missing all its glazing. The previous owner used the sort of the tried and true method of just using a plastic sheet to make the windows, but I want to make them differently. So that's what we're going to do. We need to make some tail lights because they are missing. And like I said, we need to make a hinge to get the back door to function again. I've already done a little bit of work on this beforehand, in that this dash here was, I'll see if I can get the point, I'll get a pointer. This dash was pushed all the way into the back, right up against the back of the seat there. So I've used a hairdryer to heat it up, and I've brought it forward to roughly where it should be. If you, I don't know if it'll show up on here, maybe it'll show up when I pull it apart. When you look at the headrest, it still isn't quite right, so we may still work on that a little bit more as we go along. So now it's disassemble time. I do apologise if it's a bit glary. This is having a few technical problems with cameras and phones and technology, as they say, of late, and we're still trying to do some rectification. So I apologise now for if it's poor quality videoing. Like you, at the moment, I'm just going to have to grin and bear it. Held in by one screw, so that I don't need to bring out the pretend Dremel and the burr tool, which is nice. So one screw. We'll put it into our container of goodies to keep. We lift this up and pull it back, and it has a spring for suspension like in the Dinkies and the like. The tyres are in good order. Don't need to strip the base. Don't need to do anything to the tyres. So I'll just put that into there. Don't need to touch them. That's a bonus. Now we've already got the door out. So we'll just the rear door. We'll leave that as it is. Now I think, let's see what we do next. Hope you remember how it goes back together, because I don't. Alright, so the interior comes apart in two pieces. We have the front part, and here you'll see now that the seat here is not in line with the driver's side, so a little bit more heating to straighten that seat up. I won't be able to do anything with this part of it, where our tweezers are. I won't be able to do much more there. But you have a look on this side. This is all how it should be. And you can see on this side where she was bent. I don't know whether it was heat that the previous owner had problems with. In any case, I used the hairdryer to heat it up, and I managed to bring it forward and open up the space here. So that's that part of it. The rear seats, maybe I have to bring the door out. To get the door out, the sliding door that is push down and lift up. So the reason why we push it down is to get this bottom part of the hinge up, to get it out of the top part of the slider. A bit fiddly, because we're doing it on camera. That's why it's fiddly. A little bit twisting. The other day it worked fine, went in and out like nobody's business. It's a joke in there, Joyce. Lots of ins and outs. Maybe if I hold that in place, there we go. Alright, just twist it a little bit, and then we should be able to lift it out. So there's the door. I need to do a little, put a glazing in there as well, and strip it, of course. Now the rest of it should just about fall out, and it does. So the version that I used to own, this seat here used to be able to spin around, so all the seats were facing forwards. Didn't have a table in it at the time. It was well, you could have had a portable table, but it wasn't fixed like this one. So I'll have to see if this seat comes out. If it does, well, might turn the seats around so they're facing the opposite direction, and get rid of that table. Anyway, that's something that I'll decide as we go. So we can either do one or two things. Put that in there for wash. We can either go to the strippers. No, we still need to take off the front grille. I heard somebody shout, the front grille. Thank you very much. Now that's held in by some plastic plugs, which I've already cut out, and it should be just a matter of giving it a little push. And as you'll see here, that has brought the grille and the lights forward. So we may put a wash in the front here to clean that up. And here are the tabs that were holding it in place. Just one there, and we had down by the bumpers holding it in place. So we'll stick that in there. So we can have a look on the front. Grille's held in here, 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 and here. So that's the vehicle apart. So I think before we take it to the strippers, and before we excuse me, I think the next thing we'll do is I think we might make a mould so that we can make the glazing, make the windows. So we'll catch you in a moment when I get the equipment out. Catch you then. Just a little quick update. Using clips, like so, breaking them in half, like I've done with this one, and using one of these. No, I didn't use it. I found some rod. I don't know what it is. That's very easily bendable, which is nice, to create my hinges. So while that is, the hinge is working. I'm using the clip end of this paper holder or paper clip, if you like, as a pivoting point inside. I don't know whether you can see that just in here. So that's just being I'm waiting for the what do you call it, urethane glue to cure. And then the next step after that is, as soon as I find it, because I have a whole heap of rubbish here, and I've moved a few things around. There it is, it's underneath the sticky tape, is gluing the door to our hinges. So that's working. Sorry for being out of camera because I'm just standing at a different angle. So next time you will see this, we should have a door attached. So catch you in a moment. It might be a day or two for me because that's taken me a day to work out how to do that. Put your teeth in, boy. It's a new year. So, besides fumble fingers, hello fumble fingers, I have a sticky tongue. So we'll do something about that sticky tongue, give it some lubricant, and we shall see you in a moment. So as promised, I brought you back now that we have our rear door on a hinge, and she's working. quite nicely, thank you very much. Took me a day to work out how to do the hinge. I'm quite happy with it for a first attempt. So next step is getting some mineral spirits on this and clean this down, paint it, and then we've got to make the tail lights and all the screens. So still got plenty of work to do on this one. So major project for the first part of the year. Okay, we'll bring you back shortly. So as you can see, the vehicle is now in primer. We're going to put a base coat on and we'll go from there. So, handy dandy airbrush. See if we can fix up this door. There we go. Yes, she's on loan. By the way, this is a new airbrush. This is a gold base that I'm putting on. So we're going to let that set. And then we're going to put another colour over the top. And just the same process as what we're doing now. So we'll bring you back at the reveal. Aren't you lucky? This is a reminder as to what we started with. A Tomica Dandy Caravan, or in Australia known as a Nissan Urvan. And here she is. Now is the reveal of our Tomica Dandy Nissan Caravan, or known here in Australia as a Nissan Urvan. What have we done with it? Well, we put new glazing all the way around because the replacement one the previous owner had were rather brittle and a lot thinner than the plastic that I've used this time round. The tailgate hinges were cracked and the outer skin was cracked as well, so we had to glue the tailgate together and we made new hinges. We did some modification on the interior, some I told you about during the video regarding the front. And we've also changed the seating arrangement in the back so everybody faces forward. It was as a camper van with a table in the centre. We've now changed that so everybody faces forward. Here's the roller and the tailgate does open and close, as does the sliding door. Let me pause it for a moment. Just waiting for it to come round. I made it a little bit stiff, which is, it's not going to be played with anyway, but I'll rather have it a little bit stiff so that we can close up this gap. than it's actually where it should be. The other thing that we've done with it is that the tail lights were missing, so we put in some red rhinestones in the back, and we have the original items in the front. Under the build. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this one. It's the first project that I started in 2023. Next week, or the next episode, will be the Diecast and Modelist Community January event, which is any European vehicle. This one was a challenge, as it took me a day and a half to 2 days to make the hinge that's on the back tailgate. Otherwise, everything got a thumbs up. So, again, thank you very much for viewing. Your support to the channel is very much appreciated. And we'll catch you next time. Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage.